Cade Bell has evolved since he came in last January.
Yeah, of course it's going to evolve. It's my second season with him now, second camp, second spring. Just being able to understand where he's coming from, what he's looking for. We're bouncing ideas off of each other. We don't really have to discuss too much because we kind of understand where each person's coming from, what we want, what we're looking for, and everything like that.
What's it like having Dez? Is he like the ultimate safety blanket for a quarterback?
He's a quarterback's best friend. I can hand it to him and he can give me 70 yards. I can check it down to him and he can give me 70 yards. I can throw it behind the line of scrimmage and he can get 70 yards for me. And on the stat sheet, it doesn't say I threw it behind the line, but on the stat sheet it says I had a 70-yard touchdown, so I'll take that. But yeah, he's a dynamic player. He can make a lot of plays for us in the passing game, the run game. I think one of his underrated aspects is his pass pro. He's a guy that's going to stick his head in your chest and you're going to feel it. He's going to protect me. He's going to do whatever he can to protect me, and I really appreciate that. It's another guy that defense I got to worry about, dynamic playmaker, and just makes my job a lot easier.
Thank you so much, Eli. I appreciate your time.
You've obviously last year you experienced the highs of the first 5, 6, 7 games, coming in, and then things slowed down in those last couple of games. Obviously dealing with some injuries, but what did you learn from those first 7 games, and then also from those last couple of games that you're trying to apply to this year?
First 7 games, I realized, just go out there and play ball. At the end of the day, it's football. It's a game that we've played since we were little. My first time ever playing tackle football, I was like 6 years old, playing right tackle. Wasn't the best, but I got the job done. But just going out there, having fun, realizing, hey, you're out there with your boys, playing football, having fun, and and then from those last 6 games, it just made me realize how important staying healthy is. It was a struggle not being out there, watching everything unfold from the sideline or back at the house on the couch after my ankle surgery. It was frustrating, but I want to be out there with the guys and just go win ball games.
I was listening to something yesterday about, I believe from SEC quarterbacks, just talking about, this one coach was talking about, sometimes quarterbacks need to go and make a mistake to sort of get more confident. Is that something for you that you're okay with making some mistakes as long as you learn and grow from it?
Yeah, obviously as a quarterback, you're going to make mistakes. You don't want to, but you just got to make sure you don't make things worse. That's a big thing that Coach Bell preaches. Hey, sometimes you're not going to get the right look. The defense is going to call the perfect coverage. There's stuff that you can't control, but just don't make it worse. But yeah, you definitely learn a lot from mistakes. It's definitely something I'm taking into this season from last season. Just learn from those mistakes that I made. Just become a better quarterback for this team because they're going to need me to make this run that we want to make and that we can make.
I'm sure you've been asked about this a lot with year 2 under Cade Bell, but just where is this offense at as a whole? Some new linemen in there, Dez is back. Just where do you feel this offense can be this year?
It's really up to us. I think we can do anything we want to. We got the guys that can make dynamic plays on the outside. We got receivers. We got depth at receiver, which is huge. We got depth at running back, depth at tight. We got depth everywhere, especially at the O-line position, which is going to help us out a lot. So if one guy goes down, the next guy is going to be up there and ready to go. We're not going to skip a beat. We're not going to change any calls that we need to change. We're just going to go out there and play football and execute the way we need to.
Is there a guy at any of the offensive positions that maybe we're not talking about a whole lot that you feel like can make an impact for you guys this year?
Everybody. Pop's back. He's healthy, which is good. Blue and Deuce, the guys that we got in the transfer portal, they're going to be huge for us. Some speed, some size out there. And I know a lot of people are talking about Kenny Johnson, but I don't think they're talking about him enough. I've been around elite receivers in my career, being from Louisiana, got elite receivers everywhere. I like to remind people that a lot. But he's one of the most elite receivers I've been around. He's got the talent that can, separate himself and become a top NFL receiver at some point.
What makes him?
His maturity has grown a lot. His execution, route running, details, balls in the air is his. He doesn't drop anything. Just the chemistry that we have now. As soon as we throw a couple completions, we're cool. But once we get an incompletion, we're talking. We're immediately talking about, hey, I'm asking what he's thinking. He's asking what I'm thinking. And just that chemistry that we built, and just he's a big dude. People don't realize how big he is. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, 205 pounds. He's nasty. He wants the ball. The ball's up there. He's getting it. It's his ball. He's going to have a really, really good year this year.
You mentioned the depth at the receiver room, at the running back room. How critical is it to have, 5, 6, 7 guys in the receiver room, 4 guys in the running back room? How big is that?
It's huge, especially in this offense where we're blowing and going. We're running, with tempo, full speed. We need some guys that are in there and fresh. And those guys that are coming in there fresh, we need them to understand the offense, have that chemistry with me and everybody else out there so we can keep executing. Last year, I don't think we had that. We had some great receivers and running backs that were playing for us last year, but we didn't have that depth, or they were too young right behind them. But, those guys have grown up. Those guys have, understand the offense now. They've grown up physically, mentally, emotionally, so that's going to help us out a lot this year.